We're gathered together today to remember our good friend Bobby Odom. He passed away on Friday, and I would like to thank everybody for coming today. I really appreciate that. We just want to get together and remember our good friend and good things about him, and know that he's still with us in spirit and in our hearts. I remember one thing about Bobby, that he was always in a good mood regardless of what. We had him house sit for us, and we told him, just eat whatever you want in the refrigerator, it's all good. And we had some sausage in there that wasn't good, so I was going to throw it away beforehand, and I forgot to throw it away, and Bobby cooked it up and ate it. Still made the gig though, although it did let us know that sausage wasn't very good. But that's one with a great sense of humor, Bobby. You know, he had that great sense of humor. Also, Peter Lindquist, who was a guitar player that played with Bobby, and he lives in Maine now. He did send me a note that I'd like to read in honor of Bobby too. I wrote it down word for word. Peter says, "It's very sad. I really loved Bobby. I have known few with his humor, humility, and kindness. I'm grateful to have known him. Look out, afterlife. Here comes Odom." Yay.
I've known Bobby since he was in San Diego, and Butler out here. I got a story, but he was good. He was good.
Blast off.
Go.
Hi folks, I'm Frank. I remember the last time Bobby was in Tucson, about 4 years ago or so. We were having dinner at Rob Francis's house. And I was on the phone with Bobby, and he said, "Frank, I need you to bring some coleslaw or some potato salad. I'm bringing the chicken titties." And I went, "What?" He says, "I'm bringing the chicken titties." I go, "What are you talking about?" I go, "The chicken breast, dummy." This is a guy, knowing when he gets back to Florida, this is a guy, knowing when he goes back home, he's going to undergo 6 months of intensive chemo treatments just to buy him 4 or 5 more years. So Bobby, you never bitched and moaned one time. You never complained one time. You were a free spirit, buddy, and we'll be jamming someday up there.
All right, Larry Deal.
Am I good to go?
You're good to go.
Can I start now?
Yeah.
All right, yeah, hey, all right, man, check it out. I met Bobby at a very young age, you know, and Bobby actually really taught me about the music business all the way around. He taught me how to play bass with a drummer. He was my best man at my wedding, and I should have listened to him when he asked me, "Is this really what you want to do?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, I love her." He's like, "Okay." Here, you know, but anyway, I've always loved Bobby with all my heart for everything he's ever done for me. So I'll miss him, and I'll dedicate everything, you know. I'll always remember him every time I play. So thank you very much, Bob. I'll see you soon. Well, not that soon. Yeah, you know, 50, 60 years from now.
Come on in. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm following a bunch of entertainers here, which I am not, so I have to read what I wrote for Bobby. Bobby, we're here today celebrating your life. You were so funny, witty, easy to love, and a genuine person who sincerely cared about others. Bobby made me feel special. Well, it was either that or he was fooling me, so I would help him pack up his drums every weekend throughout all the years of Sweetwater, which I think was about 10. It could have been that Bobby, but really, the testament is that Bobby's life was a celebration for all that met him. He touched everyone with his love and his contagious laughter at each encounter, whether it was on stage or off. I am so lucky to have had Bobby in my life. I love you, Bobby. And I also talked to John Burton today, and he sends his love too, and said you are a funny, funny guy and a good friend. And I think that's to all of us.
Yeah.
Bobby, when you left Arizona to go to Florida, hug and kiss me. Wouldn't say goodbye. You said, see you later. So I'm saying, Bobby, see you later. I love you. You always have a special place in my heart.
I'm Tim O'Connor. Had the great pleasure of playing with Bobby in several bands. I'll never forget a time we were backing up John Hawk at a bar gig, and a couple of us that knew Bobby said, well, John, you ought to give Bobby some time, let him talk on the mic for a little while. In the middle of the set, John turns around and says, hey, I hear you're a funny guy, you want to say something? And 20 minutes later, the entire room was in tears. Everybody was practically on the floor. Nobody in the band could go on because we were all laughing so hard. And all John could do is say, okay, we're going to take a break now because we have to go recover. There's just no way we could follow that up. That's the way Bobby was.
Yeah, tell them about the time we went across the county to the border with respect.
That's too long of a story.
Was Bobby in on that?
Oh yeah, he was. That's too long of a story. I'll share the story with you, but I need to do something short and sweet for this. And okay, I'm Rob Francis. I had the pleasure of working with Bobby in a couple bands, and also living underneath the same roof during dire consequences. I just want to make a mention. Everybody knows that he was probably the funniest man in show business. But however, there was one evening at the Tequila Mockingbird when John Burton was taking it away with his sense of humor, and Bobby knocked him out with one fell swoop. When John said that his humor came and went in spurts, Bobby was right there to say, it usually does, doesn't it? And everybody died. Everybody in the whole, nobody could play, nobody could dance, we could drink, they had just the grand pause at the Tequila Mockingbird on behalf of Bobby. We're going to miss you, but we know we're going to see you before too long. God bless you. Thanks.
Okay, I just want to say to the family that we're all thinking of you, and of course we all really cared about Bobby, but in connection to Bobby, we're all really caring about the entire family out there. And I want everybody to know that we're thinking of you, and we all send our regards to the entire Odom family. And while we miss Bobby, we're thinking of you. So,
God bless you all.
God bless you all. Right.
Bobby will always be with us.
That's right.
Rock on, Bobby.
One more try. This old desert's gonna make me a home for sure. Wave goodbye. Time to turn around and watch the sun.